Right. It is now dark because it is winter. Right, what I want to have a chat about today, not a rant, this is more of a Question-O-Rama. Try and understand what people think and understand if my way of thinking is absolutely skew. I just need things clarifying. Well, I'm very inquisitive. Oh, hello. There we go. Whee! Hopefully, I've got some gloves underneath my camera, hoping it's going to take out the wobble. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee in anything in this life, is there? Some things wobble. Sometimes we like a good wobble. I have to say, you know, I am a wobble enthusiast. Yeah, I do like a good wobble. Even the word wobble. It's quite funny, isn't it? Wobble. It's made up of lots of other wob. Wob. Oh, hello. So if I turn this, so I've got the heating on. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's better. That is better. So my question is this: before we, as Homo sapiens, I think that's what we're called. I believe. I think that's what we're called. Humans. I'm going to turn that heating on. Even if it's going to be cold, I will turn it off because it's just using gloves as a kind of pull.
Try and take out the wobble in it. Try and take out the wobbly wob. Don't know. Maybe. No.
You tell me. In fact, I'll have a look back later. Anyway, before we could use tools, make knives, sharp sticks, that kind of thing, what did we used to eat? Because we have been born with canines, so we're made to eat meat. But the big stuff that I'm sure we would have killed or tried to eat probably was very faster than us. We probably did eat a lot of grubs and things from the trees and that kind of malarkey. But what I'm trying to think of, because every time you go to what do we call it, museums, they always have tools.
Stone Age man. These are his tools. Stone Age man. He found this fire.
But before we could evolve to that, obviously there's a lead in, and I'm sure at one point one caveman or lady, don't want to be, you know, sexist here, one caveman lady had some sort of sharp stick or sharp bit of rock or flint or something they were dealing with, and they threw it. And they said they just threw it, and for some reason they threw it in the way, you know, in direction of Gary. And Gary's there, and he gets clonked on the head, and it cuts him. They're like, "What? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" You know, not to sound a bit too much like Rocky, but I can't really do any Neanderthal voice. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's quite Italian as well. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What, Gino? Hey, come on. Just chucked it, hit Gary, it's cut. He's like, oh, it's cut. Oh, that's quite, you know, maybe even cut their hand first and went, oh, and then threw it at Gary. Accidental. She can't be prosecuted for that. Chucked it. Accidental. When they hit Gary, it's like, well, that's interesting. It's cut me. I threw it at Gary. It's hurt him. Where's Steve? There's Steve. Gary. Sorry, mate. You know. Sorry. Can I just borrow it? Chuck it hard at Steve. Steve dead. Steve is dead. Okay, they're going to eat tonight. They've got some food. Sweet. Little bit of coriander. Maybe go in there with a rub. You know. Steve's going to come up a tree. Now we could do that against gazelles or mammoths or whatever we used to kill, you know. So I can see how. But before all that, before all of those amazing discoveries and the things that I'm going to put my back window is really steamed up. Before all those discoveries and before that, what did we used to do? Did we literally just run around after rabbits and other creatures that we could potentially capture? Oh, sorry, a little bit gas. And eat them? It's a question. I'd like to know what we did, because every time we think, we think, oh no, we had a sling. Okay, but before we invented the sling, because obviously you had to invent something that pulls back and you know. So, you know, the chucking of the rock would have came in first. But before all that, before any of it, the spear, the bow and arrow combination. Wow, indicators. I've got another video on that. Ooh, I order.
Any road. It's okay. It's only an indicator. Makes me so angry. Makes me so angry.
Just tell me what you think we actually used to use, or did we literally not use anything? Because we couldn't use anything. I'm talking about before we used anything. Did we just Do we chuck each other at the animal? Do we jump on it? Do we crush it? Do we wait for it to die? I mean, you can't say, oh, we used to trap it. We used to make traps. Because the trouble is, we're still using stuff. We're still using implements. Because if you look at all the other animals, generally, okay, some animals do use some things, do trap other things, but most animals just use themselves. A lion will attack with its claws, its mouth. Same as, or a gazelle will fight with its antlers. That's what a gazelle is, isn't it? You know, or a deer, that kind of thing. They'll fight with what they were given. And I'm sure we did, but then we found that we're not as adapted as a lion. You know, we don't have that, we don't have the ching, we don't have any of that stuff. And then we had to evolve to use implementations, you know. And even now when we go to a restaurant, we have so much cutlery, you know. You don't get that in the zoo. You don't see lions there with a full table spread, and then there's an awkward one in the corner going, do I go from the middle out or from the out in? I don't want to stay here. It's the first time I've been to a soiree like this, you know. Hi, Lion-O. How you doing? I'm sorry I'm not looking as much as I should at the camera there, but I am trying to drive, and I'm making sure it's a bit like a sat nav, so it's actually on. You know, but it's like a sat nav, so I'm not having a problem. Okay, it's not distracting in any way because I'm driving. It's like looking at a sat nav. Exact same place, not doing any problems. Bish wash wash. Just there for safety reasons only. That's why I'm not looking at you, but I'm apologising because, you know, social graces. You know, social. I'm sure the lion at the table would have social graces, and he might even excuse himself to go and get a book. If there is books in the wild, to actually find out which cutlery he uses first. I don't know. I mean, does they have a napkin? Is there an order to it? I don't know. You know, that's a completely different subject for a completely different day. You know, not today. Today's about that. So please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Do you think we used to just run after them and just really just grab, or have we always used implements? You know, they always say about how great we are of evolving and stuff like that, but do we always use? Have we ever been able just to eat? Because we have canines, therefore we didn't just eat fruit. We didn't just shuffle. You know, so did we evolve instantly? Are we an instant evolver? That sounds quite disgusting, and I apologise for the weak-stomached. I would not mention that again. A bit like the word moist. Thanks for listening. Please leave your comments. I'll be very interested to see what you think. And this is just my first attempt at this, so I'm just gonna see how it goes, see if it's popular, and I will come back with some more. I've got lots of things I don't understand. It's a very mixed up little head I have there, you know, and that is a really bad accent. I've really got to work on my accent. Let's work together. Let's do this. So thank you. Please comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Yo, woo! Bow and arrow combination. Wow, indicators. I've got another video on that. It does make me very angry to the point of like, ooh, I order. You know what I mean?